Back in January, I set off to drive the entire coast of mainland Scotland while living in my van, and this part of the journey brings me to the end of the Aberdeenshire coast before crossing into Moray for the first time. From coastal villages and local stories to some unexpected moments along the way, this stretch feels like the end of one chapter and the start of the next. Well, good morning folks. I am parked up at the moment at a place called Gamery. Now on the map it will look like it is called Gardenstown, but to the locals it's called Gamery here on the Aberdeenshire coast. And if you watched my previous episode, you'll know that I finished the episode up here and I took a walk along to the little hidden village of Crivy just around the corner from here. It was absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. I've been here a couple of days now. I do not want to leave. I could spend a week here just wandering about. It is stunning. And it's a lovely, lovely day today. Oh, there's a little dog taking a little wander. And this is the park up here at the harbour. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. It's just beautiful. And if you look down there to the right, you can see around that corner, see some houses. That is Crivy. And again, on the map, you'll see it as Crovey. I thought this place was Gardenstown and I thought that was Crovey before I got here and started making my way from Fraserburgh, or the Broch, I should say. And learnt some of the local Doric names for these places. I've loved this stretch of the coast. It has been absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna go and grab a coffee at least. I might get a wee toasty or something at the cafe here before I set off and make my way further up the coast towards McDuff and Banff. I'm being served, mate. On you go, pal. Oh, what a nice wee cafe that was. Staff really, really friendly. Had a nice wee chat with them. Wee ham and cheese toasty. And a wee cup of tea. It is a wee bit blustery today, but it's lovely. You cannot beat having your breakfast to this view. I'll let you see it. Come on, come and join us. Honestly, fantastic. There we go. See it a bit better from there. Lovely jubbly. What a day. There we go. We are now in McDuff. I'm not sure if I've ever been here before actually. Oh, what an awesome drive down here. Oh, wow. Well, what a brilliant wee spot this is. Look at that. Lovely little bay. It's stunning. And the shape of all those rocks. I think that might actually be the Needle's Eye there. I'll need to get round to the other side of it. You're surrounded by cliffs. It was a great little drive in. I'm looking forward to getting my drone up whilst I'm here and getting more of the landscape and McDuff and Banff just next to each other as well from the sky. It should look pretty cool. And look at the angle of all those rocks. Wow. Yeah, that is it. The Needle's Eye. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Oh, wow. That's a lot bigger than I expected. I didn't expect it to be quite so tall. How good would it be to climb up and stand on there? Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. It would be, I'll do anything for the shot, but I won't do that. But, oh man, look at these. Look at all the lines in all the rocks. Oh. Wow. That is awesome. Just can't believe the shape of them. And then you get to that. Wow. I need my wee pal Louisa, the Scottish geologist, to tell us a little bit more about them. So cool. It's right next to where, oh, look at the rocks through the eye. Look how angled they are. See them. Wow. Yeah, I don't really know much about geology and stuff. Everything that I sort of cover in these episodes, if I ever do, it's all just research I've done online, or I ask Louisa quite a lot as well. But yeah, this is a great spot. I'm gonna have to get some photos. And whilst I get some photos, this will give you a little bit of the scale of it. I don't even know if you can still see me or not. I'll give you an idea of how actual tall it is. So cool. This'll do. This'll do nicely. The Needle's Eye is a natural sea arch carved directly into the coastal rock here at Tarlair. Formed over thousands of years, it's the result of constant erosion as waves exploit cracks and weaknesses in the rock, gradually hollowing them out. Over time, that process creates openings like this, with the sea continuing to shape and widen them with every tide. It reminds me of its namesake, the Needle's E, down on the Arbroath Cliffs, both forged by the power of the North Sea. And just next to it sits something very different, a place where people once came not to watch the sea, but to swim in it. This is the Tarlair Outdoor Pool, and it's one of Scotland's best known coastal lidos. Opened in 1931 and designed by architect John C. Miller. Built into the natural rock of the coastline, it made use of seawater, with waves filling the pools at high tide. At its peak, this was a hugely popular spot. People would travel here in their hundreds, drawn by the setting, the atmosphere, and the experience of swimming right on the edge of the North Sea. Old photographs in the cafe showed just how busy it once was, with crowds lining the terraces, swimmers filling the pools, and even pipe bands performing as part of the events held here. Over time, changing habits and declining visitor numbers led to its closure in the 1990s. But in recent years, there's been a real effort to bring Tarlair back to life, with restoration work and community support helping to preserve what's left. Today, places like the cafe on this site continue that story, run almost exclusively by volunteers, keeping this part of the coastline active once again. And you never know, one day the pools may well reopen. And I, for one, sincerely hope they do. Here's the pool here. That is the cafe there, at the other side. There's seats out on the roof as well, I might do that today. Oh wow, look how clear that water is. You can see all the rocks in that below. Wow. You see it going all the way across. Look at that. And that's with a bit of a ripple. If it was calm, it would just be totally clear. Yeah, now I see the cafe, I'm getting hungry instantly, so let's go and get my food. This is such a beautiful spot. You can sit up here if you're having a drink or a little takeaway like soup and stuff like that, but I'm quite hungry, so I want to grab a sandwich and stuff, so I'm going to sit inside. But it's a brilliant setup they've got here. All the staff that serve you are volunteers as well. It's just great. I really, really hope they manage to get this pool opened again at some point. Anyway, I better get back downstairs. My food will be ready shortly. That me?
I'll just give you your cutlery as well.
Perfect, thank you very much. Perfect, thanks very much. Cheers. This looks good actually. Have a wee taste of this soup. Broccoli and Stilton, I think. These Coronation chicken sandwiches look pretty chunky. Look at that. Delicious. Really nice. Oh, that was just what I needed. Belly full. And the staff in there were all lovely. I was speaking to one of them just as I was leaving there, so I think they've employed 1 or 2 people, but everyone else there are volunteers. I think great work that they do. Food was really nice, the soup was delicious, and they do Cullen Skink there as well, but I'm en route to Cullen, so I'm saving myself. At the start of this road trip I picked up smoked haddock at the fishmongers in Eyemouth, and I cooked my own Cullen Skink in the van like usual. If you've not seen that episode, that was the first one of this series, and the playlist is in the description of this video. Feel free to check it out. We'll catch up on the others as well. But I'm gonna wait now until I get to Cullen to get a Cullen Skink. But what a beautiful place this is. Honestly. Absolutely stunning. But now it's time to head into McDuff, and I'm going to tell you the story about the electrical wizard of the north. Here in McDuff sits a place that isn't open to the public, but thanks to the current owner, Ian, I was invited in to tell the story of a man who once lived here, Walford Bodie, known as the electrical wizard of the north. Born in Aberdeen in 1869, Bodie became one of the most famous entertainers of his time, building a career around stage performances that blended illusion, danger, hypnotism, and the emerging power of electricity. At a time when electricity was still new and not fully understood, he used it to captivate audiences, sending high voltage currents through his body, lighting lamps, and performing acts that felt almost impossible for the era. His shows were bold, theatrical, and often controversial. Some of his demonstrations, including the so-called bloodless surgery, blurred the line between science and showmanship, and even drew criticism from parts of the medical community at the time. But that controversy only seemed to add to his reputation, and he remained a major figure on the music hall circuit during a period when entertainment itself was evolving. He performed during the golden age of music hall, a world that would go on to shape some of the biggest entertainers of the 20th century. And among those coming through at the time was a young Charlie Chaplin, and it's widely believed that Chaplin even parodied performers like Bodie in his early days. Chaplin performed exaggerated stage routines built around electricity and spectacle, including mock demonstrations where currents appeared to pass through his body, playing on the same fascination audiences had with these new and mysterious forces. It was theatrical, slightly dangerous, and often satirical, mirroring the kind of bold, attention-grabbing performances that made Moray famous. Whether it was a direct imitation or simply shaped by the same world, it shows just how influential that style of performance had become at the time. And away from the stage, this was home, a place connected to not just his career, but to his personal life too, through his wife who was from the area. It's hard to imagine the life that once unfolded here, but stories like this are a part of what makes this stretch of the coastline so unique, because sometimes the most unexpected stories are the ones hidden just behind an ordinary door. Well, what a delight that was. I hadn't even heard of that story before Ian reached out to me a few days ago, literally a few days ago by email, just to say, listen, I've never had, a content creator film the property before. I've never had, it's not open to the public or anything like that, but it's a really interesting story, and I think he's someone that should be remembered in Scotland. And right enough, I'd never even heard of him until that point, and then as soon as I looked online and seen what it was all about, I was like, oh, I have to cover this. Absolutely, and I love my magic and stuff as well, so yeah, it's such a cool story, and it was great just getting the privilege of actually not just filming and seeing the outside of the property, but Ian kindly let me have a wee wander about inside, and obviously I managed to capture some footage from inside as well, and then showed me around the rest of the house. It was great. He obviously really deeply respects and cares for the previous owners and the story behind it. He's kept like the pictures of them and a few of the other sort of original things that were already there. He's like obviously takes a lot of pride in it, and rightly so. But no, it was really good, and it was nice meeting you as well, Ian, so thanks very much, really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it too, folks. And now we're in Banff. Now some of you people watching might recognise that name, certainly, if you're over in North America. This is the original Banff. Moving through the final stretch of the Aberdeenshire coast, McDuff and Banff sit side by side along this shoreline, separated by the River Devon but closely connected in history. McDuff developed as a working harbour town with fishing and trade playing a key role in its growth over the years. And just across the river, Banff has a much older feel. Granted royal borough status in the 14th century, it became an important centre for trade, with its position along the coast helping it to grow into one of the key towns in this part of Scotland. And it's also the place that gave its name to Banff in Canada, named by Scottish settlers who carried the name across the Atlantic. From above, you can see how it all comes together. The wide sweep of Banff Bay, the harbour, and the town stretching back from the shoreline. It's a place shaped by the sea, but also by centuries of history, sitting right at the point where this stretch of coastline begins to change. Because from here, the journey continues along the coast, following the shoreline as it winds its way west, towards a harbour full of character I'd never been to before. Portsoy, a place known for its history, its craftsmanship, and a harbour that stood here for centuries, right on the edge of the Moray Firth. It's getting tighter and tighter. It's bonny though, isn't it? Taking us down to the old harbour. It's a lovely, lovely little harbour this. I've had a nice walk around as well, and there's a couple of places that I have to check out whilst I'm in Portsoy. It's such a nice day today. I'm definitely getting a Portsoy ice cream after trying Bacockies in the Broch. It was an absolute must to try this one as well, and I've got a perfect day for it. But before that, I'm going to head into the Portsoy Marble shop. Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how's you?
Not bad at all, you know. All good.
Oh, well.
Shining, it's all fine today, isn't it?
It is, look at this.
Have a good day so far.
I've had a great day, thank you.
It's not bad, is it?
I was told by friends and my followers online to come in here when I was in Portsoy.
So tell me then, right, let me look at your face, because I don't do Facebook hugely. I struggle with keeping up with everything, right? Do you know anything about this?
No.
Can I tell you about it?
You can. Could I film it on camera?
Of course you can.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, hey folks, I did say that I was going to stop into Portsoy Marble here, and I've met Susan here, the manager, and we've just been having a little bit of a chat, and she's going to tell us the story about this place for the episode, which I'm dead excited about. So.
Okay,
Let's go.
Fine.
Let's go for it.
Hello, Portsoy Marble. Here we are. Okay, right. So, Tom Barnett Stewart. That's who we've got to mention first. This is really important. Tom was the owner of all of these buildings since 1967. Tom sadly passed away 6 years past January. But guess what? He's left us in trust. So we are now under the North East Scottish Preservation Trust, which is all about preserving buildings and keeping things going.
Brilliant.
Now, the legacy of Tom's will is it can never be sold.
Oh,
so
really?
that is the most fantastic thing, and for us all to be part of it is wow, okay? The shop has been here for all of the time. It used to be at the back, and Tom had various people cutting marble, Portsoy marble, but I'll take you there. Come with me.
Yes,
Come
let's
with
go.
me. Come
Let's
with
go.
me. The best thing is, okay, here it is. So,
Yep.
so here we are, Portsoy marble. I can show you it like this. So it's serpentine. Comes in green, comes in red, but this is it in its polished state. And it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. So here we are. Portsoy Marble isn't just about Portsoy, but it's all about the continuation of this. So
Yep.
we're so lucky that Tom had given us this to continue with. Tom went all over the world for crystals, all over the world. And he would often say, now if I get kidnapped, don't pay the ransom. So let's just say he knew about stuff, you know, but it was great. And here we are. So, yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say.
Oh, I mean, I'm loving all these fossils and
fossils are fantastic, you know.
and shark teeth.
And shark teeth, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, everything. And for the children to come
Devil's toenails.
and to be in here and to be allowed to actually pick things up. You hear
Yeah.
the parents saying, now don't touch when you go in the shop, but we always say you're allowed to touch as long as you're careful, and it all works. And
Yeah.
it's nice to introduce them to real things. So
I know. I
Yeah.
mean, I was saying off camera earlier. One of my friends, also a content creator, Louisa, the Scottish geologist. She actually
Louisa's fantastic.
She said you have to go to Portsoy
Louisa
Marble when you're
is
here.
fantastic. She's got great vibe about her, you know.
She's great, and she really knows her stuff as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, I've been on one of her trips.
Oh, have you?
I did, yeah. Here in Portsoy, and if anybody ever wants to go, you must, if it's advertised again. She does it all up and down the country. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
our tours are really
You know,
busy.
very, very good.
Oh, she's
very,
great.
Her
She's
knowledge is incredible.
I know, it
so,
really is.
Yeah,
But it's just such a beautiful shop.
Well, thank you. Well,
It
thank
really
you.
is. And
it's real stuff.
Yeah, I love these. My granddad,
Yeah.
my granddad was a crystallographer.
Yes, yes.
Physicist.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And he was a physics lecturer at Dundee University, and he used to have one of these
Brilliant. What happened to it?
in the house. I don't actually know what happened to it.
But for us, you know, it's all real.
It's just beautiful.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. The pottery, it's made just in White Hills there. And that's Watergross ceramics. We've got, you know, all of this here, which is
Oh, yeah.
Harley of Scotland. This is Peterhead, so they're only an hour away from us.
Yep.
But again, Harley, they're family organisation. They are 1929 started, third generation now. So for us, they're a fabulous company to work with. We've got here Lily and Co. This is Julie's goats. They are in a field just outside of Portsoy, and she makes soap and salts and all sorts of different things. And again, all of these Mint Law, these come from Joyce Taylor and Sally Gunn, who's Elgin. But over here, I'll let you see this too, because this is quite exciting. We'll have Glen Kindy Pantry, which they grow their own trees, and that is magic. It's beautiful stuff. And also Kirsten Milson, who's a farmer just at Marnock there. But here we have, again, Brian Angus. So he is printmaker in Banff. Brilliant. So we are very much so, supporting local. Yeah. And for us, that's important too,
Yeah, brilliant. And that's a big part of my road trip.
Yes.
It's all about supporting local, buying local, meeting local people, local businesses.
Yeah.
And I've really noticed that actually coming up this sort of Aberdeenshire coast, like even when I was in the Brae.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
I went to Findlay.
You said that well.
I went to Findlay's for a chippy.
Yeah, it's a great chippy.
And I met Ian.
Yeah, he's lovely.
He just came up and started blethering away to me. I was like, hey, please come on camera and speak. Much like yourself. And he was only more than happy to tell us about the story. Yeah. And I had those langoustines, the battered langoustines.
They're amazing.
Oh my God, they were incredible. But it's that sort of, I don't want to repeat myself in all my episodes, but it's that sort of local community, everyone kind of depending on everyone.
Well, we are so lucky here as well. We've got an amazing community. People that live here, the place matters. And that is, and it comes through, you can see it. Folk will come into the shop and they'll say, oh, what a lovely, friendly atmosphere and a nice vibe Portsoy's got. And for us, that is it, And so we are very lucky.
And I've experienced that all the way along this coast. I mean, even coming from there, going to... where was it? Well, at Rose Harty, down at the boat club, which was lovely. It's okay. And I'll flick it so we can see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It just goes on standby.
That's all right.
But so Rose Harty, you've got the boat club there. Yeah. And then obviously I went to Aberdour, the beach, Pennin. Yeah. And then I was just parked up at Gamery.
Yeah.
And took the walk around a Crivy and all that.
But that's what I mean. I mean, you say you've been to Rose Harty, but Rose Harty, I'm a rower, and I row a Portsoy Coastal Rowing Club.
Right, okay.
Now, but before they built their boat, we took the Quine, which is our pink boat, down to give them a turn in to see who might be interested. And now they've got their own skiff. So again, communities are communities for different reasons, but the skiff community is right up the coast. It's amazing.
Yeah,
so,
it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is there anything about the sort of history or anything that you would like to add to it?
Well,
like anything really specific?
We would say, I mean, our harbour is a 17th century harbour.
Yeah.
It'll never change. It's not allowed to be. And sadly, this year, on the 31st of December, the wall was knocked down with the sea.
Yeah.
So that's part of the common history. We've got Lego blocks outside right now, which we think we should paint red and blue and green and yellow. Meantime, because it might not be done this year, but, it's such a beautiful place that it will be restored and it will be made, proper. And for us here, with all of these buildings at the Old Harbour, the North East Scottish Preservation Trust will continue this. Yeah. And for us, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, so, brilliant. And it's very much, it reminds me, quite a lot of these places, they remind me a little bit of that East Nuka Fife.
Oh, yes.
It's almost like stepping back in time when you visit these sort of places.
Mañana. Yeah.
Well, Susan, thank you so much.
No, brilliant. It's
honestly,
lovely to meet you, David. Super.
Pleasure's all mine.
And hey, what an excitement.
Well, how nice was that? I got such a friendly welcome from Susan there. As I walked into the shop, I was like, I hope she speaks on camera because she's great. Oh, that was superb, and how kind. Got my own little bit of Portsoy Marble. It's gorgeous. It's really bonny. See the information bit here. Portsoy Marble is the popular name for this stone, properly called serpentine, which is found at Portsoy here in Banffshire, Scotland. Its subtle green and red colouring has been greatly admired since the 17th century. It was much used in France, notably at the Palace of Versailles. Stunning. It is gorgeous. But Susan, it was an absolute delight meeting you, and thank you so much. That is going to go next to my stone that I got from the Curiosity Caravan on the Isle of Lewis, with the Viking symbol saying, oh, what does it mean again? Safe journeys or something. Oh God, I forgot. It was a while ago now, but it's a Viking symbol, and that just sits in my van here, and this one's going to stick with it as well. So thank you so much. Typically the rain came on there very, very briefly. I need to find this ice cream shop. So yeah, I'm going to go for a wander about town and see if I can find it. Look at that. Right, I don't care if it's raining. Look at that. I went for something totally different I've never had before. Nutella brownie. Oh my God. There's actually little bits of brownie in it. Fantastic. Who doesn't like a wee wafer with an ice cream? It's a shame to eat it. The writing's lovely on it. That is awesome. Thanks very much everyone for the recommendation. I'm glad I didn't miss that out. I think I've had enough to eat today, would you think? I'm definitely not going to be cooking anything in the van tonight. That's for sure. I'm going to eat this. Pick up a couple of bits and pieces. I've just seen a co-op there. I need to get some mushrooms, some double cream, some broccoli, just bits and pieces. I think tomorrow night I'm going to cook the steak that I got from Macintosh Butchers in the Brae. They look absolutely tremendous, so I think I'm going to cook them tomorrow. I'm going to have quite a busy sort of Labour Day tomorrow if I'm going to change these brake pads on the van and try and get my reading lights replaced on the inside as well. So nice big hearty meal at night sounds good to me. I'm not actually going to be parking up here tonight in Portsoy. I'm going to be heading towards Findlater Castle. I think I'm going to park up in that car park tonight. It's not far from the castle itself, the ruins, but I'm going to go inland slightly just to drive through a little place called Fordyce. There is a little sort of castle there, but I just fancied seeing it. I've never seen it before, and it looks quite nice. Again, a bit like stepping back in time kind of thing. And then I'm going to park down at Findlater Castle at the car park. Hopefully the weather forecast stays as it plans to for tomorrow as well, because I might take a little walk along the coastal path or something like that. I'll wait and see. I've got quite a busy day of filming planned already for tomorrow with all the stuff I need to do in my van, but I might get up super early in the morning and just go for a nice walk. But I'm going to finish this, then we'll head along. Findlater Castle. There we go. This seems like a really nice place to park. Look at the view at the side of my van. And that there is a Doocot. I'm going to go and check it out in the morning, definitely. Castle ruins must be down that way somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to set my alarm nice and early, sunrise time. And well, if the weather's nice, go and check out that Doocot. Take a walk along to the castle, and why not? Here's the rain coming again. Right, I'm gonna retreat. I've got... That was thunder. Oh! This is actually kind of haily snow, and it's just stopped again. Oh, I might get a wee storm. Get up nice and early. I've got a long day ahead tomorrow, one I'm really looking forward to as well. I'll catch you in the morning. Well, good morning, people. I actually slept in a little bit today. It's 7:30 in the morning, so the sun is fully up. But what a beautiful, beautiful morning. I'm just taking a walk down towards the North Sea, and you can actually see in the distance, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but I think that is some of the mountains that you get. I can't remember where that is. It Sutherland? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, you can see them way in the distance. It's lovely. It's bright. I should have brought my shades. It's a cold, sort of brisk morning. It's not that cold though. I'm quite comfortable. Like, my hands are out. I've not got any gloves on. Well, that might change when I start flying my drone for more than 5 minutes. But it's beautiful. Beautiful morning. So, I don't know anything about this castle, Findlater Castle. I don't know how much of the ruins are left. I haven't looked at any photos online. I literally saw Findlater's Castle on the map yesterday when I was looking for somewhere to possibly park up. I use the Park for Night app to find my park ups. I use it for finding my LPG stations, fresh water taps, public toilets, campsites, pretty much everything I would need. I use it almost all the time. It takes a lot of the sort of fatigue out of always needing to find a place to park up. It's pretty good, to be fair. And I might well make a wee map of this once I'm done, maybe next year. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. So I think it would be good for people to follow. Maybe not necessarily do the whole coast at all the same time, but maybe be able to do it in stages around their own lives and things like that. And at least that way they would get all the places that I've been and visited and parked up, and some extra things as well. Don't know. Wait and see. I think it could be quite nice. Quite a good thing to create. We'll play that by ear. Let's just continue on the journey and enjoy it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this, what's left of this castle, or what's here really. Like I said, I know nothing about it, so I'm learning as I go as well. All the research that goes into creating my scripts every week for these episodes. You know, when I'm filming in certain locations, that's when I'm really sort of learning about it too, you know. So yeah, I'm enjoying this process, I must admit, this process of discovery, and believe me when I tell you, I'm discovering it all with you as you watch. Sand End, Sunnyside Beach. That's where I'm thinking about heading, just along the cliffs. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it there? Oh, no way. That is, isn't it? That's got to be it. It's like it's built into... Oh, I'm definitely going down there. Wait a minute, what's this? Findlater. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Look, there's the sign. That is so cool. What does that say? A castle so fortified by the nature of its situation as to seem impregnable. That is awesome. Right, let's go down and see it. Perched dramatically on the cliffs above the Moray Firth, Findlater Castle is one of the most striking ruins along this stretch of coast. The site dates back to at least the 13th century, but much of what you see today comes from the later developments under the powerful Ogilvy family. For centuries, this was a stronghold, strategically positioned to overlook the sea and the surrounding land, but its location also made it vulnerable. Exposed to the elements on all sides, the castle gradually fell into decline, and by the 17th century, it had been abandoned in favour of more comfortable residences inland. Today, all that remains are the ruins clinging to the edge of the cliffs, a place shaped as much by the sea and the weather as by the history that once unfolded here. That sun's bright. God, that's straight down. Oh, wow. What a sight. Yeah, you're right at the edge here. I think I'm going to step back slightly. I want to get up to that bit up there. Check it out. What a morning for this. Oh, I've just noticed someone is wild camping. Got a wee fire on the go on the rocks. What a spot for it. That is a great spot, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. That's one of the things that we're so fortunate to have in Scotland as well, is our right to roam and our outdoor access code. As long as you follow the outdoor access code, you can wild camp like that pretty much anywhere in Scotland. If there's a private property, with people in it, behind or in front, you have to ask them permission first. But generally speaking, on land, you can basically camp anywhere. I don't think we have... Trespassing is not a criminal offence. I think it can be taken through like civil courts and stuff like that. But we don't really have trespassing in the same way you would have it in most countries. Most of our land is public, and therefore the public can access it with our right to roam. So we're dead fortunate, and it's something that needs to be treasured and respected. And for those that do wild camp, to make sure that they are following the outdoor access code appropriately and taking the rubbish away with them, leaving no trace, all of those sort of things, so we continue to have it years into the future, because it is being eroded in many ways from some of our national parks and things like that, because of the abuse that people cause to the land, nature, the animal, wildlife, through reckless sort of fires, those disposable barbecues and things like that. They need to be banned as far as I'm concerned. It's one of the things I really love about Scotland, the ability to wild camp, and we will be doing a bit of that on this road trip as well as I go further north. I've got my tent and everything with me, to take a hike out to various places and to do a wild camp. But it must be said as well that wild camping does not extend to vehicles. There's a common misconception. The Outdoor Access Code does not cover camper vans and motorhomes and stuff like that. It's completely separate. There is no such thing as wild camping in a vehicle in Scotland. It doesn't exist. There are certain laws that you need to follow, parking up in laybys and things like that as well. And I think that quite a lot of people get confused by that. They think it's the same thing, and it's absolutely not. It's completely separate. Wild camping is when you walk to somewhere like here, pitch a tent and camp. That's it. It's not car camping or being in a camper van or a motorhome. It's totally separate, and it's governed by completely separate laws. Anyway, let's get back to this castle. Look at those views. Oh, you're literally just climbing up onto the top of it. Look at some of the wall that's here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm getting a closer look over there. That looks amazing. I wonder how high the walls would have been built up around here. God, you can actually go down into it. That's pretty steep. I'll maybe see if I can get in another way. Look at that, it's like a wee labyrinth. Archways and stuff. Wow. Oh my God, look at that. I can go down this way. Oh, we slip. Standard. Look at that. Wow. Oh my God. Look at the stonework. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. I mean, that view right there is just, look at that. It's coming to focus. That is unbelievable. Wow. Now you come round the other side of that and you can really see the walls and the structure. I'll just get a bit closer to the edge here. Look at that. What I love about this sort of design, and it's very similar to a castle we'll see later in this series called Castle Sinclair Gurnago up near Wick. It's almost like the castle is an extension of the rocks and the cliffs that were already there, if that makes sense. It's hard to describe. And if you've been at Castle Sinclair Gurnago up there near Wick, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but this has got that same sort of feel. But getting in all the little nooks and crannies is pretty awesome. I've never seen a ruin like this before, I don't think. I'm trying to think of one. I've not. Not where you can go into like little bits like that, kind of almost underground if you like. Yeah, very cool. Gonna just take a walk down the front and see what we've got here as well. It's just a single wall and a bit more down there. Look at the views. Wow. I've just taken a bit of a walk along towards Sandend, but I'm not going to make it. It's my fault. I slept in this morning. I was meant to get up you know, really ridiculous o'clock to get up for sunrise and stuff, but I was knackered after my editing last night and organising all the footage. I just slept in, and I've got to change my brake pads and stuff before I then move on to Cullen, which is, I think, officially the start of Moray. So I've not got time to walk an hour back. It's just, you know, I need to get these brake pads changed, and I've never done it before. I've just spent ages at the castle because I loved it. I'm going to go and check out that Doocot that's up there as well. I just love the sound of Scotland in the morning. The birds, that's all you hear. Love it. It's a lot bigger than it looks when you're parked in the car park. I wonder if you can get inside it. I hope so. Oh, you can, it looks like. Look at the old door. Oh, look at it. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Right, I'm gonna have to get my 360 camera out and just stick it through there. Let's see the scale of this. That is so cool. Just a short distance from the castle sits this Doocot. Built in the 17th century, this beehive-shaped structure was used to house pigeons, which were an important source of food at the time. Inside, its walls are lined with hundreds of nesting boxes, designed to accommodate large numbers of birds. Dovecotes like this played a vital role back then, providing a steady supply of fresh meat and eggs, particularly during the harsh winter months when other food was scarce. And for the inhabitants of the castle, they could even prove crucial during times of siege or hardship, offering a reliable food source for those living there. It is one of the best preserved examples of its kind in Scotland, a small but fascinating glimpse into how people once lived along this coastline. Well, that is one done. I'm sweating. It's quite hot work when you're doing that. And I gave the wheels a bit of a fresh coat of lacquer as well, just to freshen them up a bit. And the other three won't take very long, I don't think, now that I've done one. Anyway, gonna get cracking. Right, so that is us just coming into Moray now, whisky country, and just about to come into Cullen. There we go. Home of the Cullen Skink. Perfect. Just a stunning day I've got, absolutely beautiful. The viaduct there. It's great, isn't it? If memory serves me right, Lily's kitchen's just here on the left. Right, it's Cullen Skink time. Hello, how you doing?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm just going to sit outside if that's alright.
Yeah, I'll do
So,
it out for you.
bowl of Cullen and what oat cakes?
Oat cakes, yeah?
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll bring it out.
Perfect, thanks very much. Oh, I actually can't wait for this. I came here before a couple of years ago in the van. It's the best Cullen Skink. They won the best Cullen Skink in the world last year, 2025. I can't wait, it's been a while. Fantastic, thanks so much. It is. Here, I've just noticed, I knew it was 2025 winner, but is it 2026 this year as well she won?
Yes, aye.
2 years in a row?
Aye.
You're joking?
Back champion.
Superb, that's great, honestly, can't wait. That consistency is just, look at that. Oh my god. Oh man, it is the best, without question. It's so thick, it's almost like a stew more than a soup. It's, honestly, the flavour is so rich. It's the best Cullen Skink I've ever had. Well, it's a really bonny walk down to the harbour here. You get this point, you just see all the houses and that lovely beach with the viaduct in the background. Stunning. And there's a camper van and motorhome sort of pitches down there. You book online on the website. It's on Park for Night, £15 a night. I'm considering it. Considering staying here for a night because it's just a lovely wee place. And then I can maybe head to Portnocky in the next episode and go and see Bowfiddle Rock. Kick it off from there maybe. Fancy staying here for a night or two. It's a lovely beach, absolutely gorgeous. Well, I made it to the Moray coast and I decided to stay in Cullen. Cook up the steak I got from Macintosh Butchers in the broch and just take in the surroundings at this park up. But this is just the beginning of the Moray coast and the next stretch of my journey around the entire coast of mainland Scotland. And in the next episode, I'll be starting right here before continuing further along the coast, heading towards Lossiemouth. Have a great week. I'll see you then. Like and subscribe for more van life adventures.